Once again, welcome to this series of lectures. We call it to be as an orientation classes for geography optional. And I am Siddharth Mittal. Those who are new to this session, I just want to tell them that we have already conducted 2 sessions related to these orientation classes. And these are the classes which will help you to understand the subject and also will help you to decide about geography optional and what is the nature of the geography optional and what you are going to receive in this geography optional. And in this series of lecture, we have also planned to help you to understand the nature of the previous year questions and also how to write a good and effective answers, and along with the references which you are expected to follow, standard references which you are expected to follow. So this is your third lecture in this series of orientation classes, and we have already discussed a part of the syllabus. Yesterday we have completed about the geomorphology, and today's topic is about the remaining part of the syllabus, especially of the paper 1. So, because the geomorphology is quite a lengthy topic, and of course it takes time to understand the syllabus, because it's not something that you I just sum up the syllabus in just 5 minutes or 10 minutes. So that is not going to be a sufficient way, or that is not going to be an effective way to discuss the syllabus. So we have decided to give you a detailed topics which you are expected to study, and along with the syllabus and along with the subtopics which you are expected to study. Okay. Now, yesterday I have shared my phone number with you people, and yesterday some of the people who have watched my video, they have sent me a WhatsApp, and they were having some queries related to the geography optional. एंड उनमें से एक स्टूडेंट ने कहा कि सर ज्योग्राफी ऑप्शनल काफ़ी लेंदी सब्जेक्ट हो जाता है, तो क्या हम लें या ना लें, मीन्स इट सीम्स टू बी अ वेरी लेंदी सिलेबस एंड वेदर वी शुड टेक इट टू बी और नॉट. So before starting today's session, I want to deal with this perennial issue. I call it to be a perennial issues for the last, because for the last 2 or 3 years, 4 years, there is a constant buzz about the nature of the geography optional, and some people are misinformed about the nature of the syllabus, and they sometimes feel that 20 topics in means 10 topics in paper 1 and 10 topics in paper 2, that seems to be quite bulky syllabus, and to cover up this syllabus we need to work very hard. Okay, now I just want to tell you one thing, that if somebody say, अगर कोई कहता है कि geography optional lengthy है और you will take around so many hours to complete this one, that's okay, because कोई भी optional समझने में time लगता है. So let's take a timeline. Suppose I started today, and I will end up at 350 hours, approximately 350 hours, because the last time when I completed the batch, it took around 335 hours, around 330 hours. Very difficult to have exact counting, but I'm just going to the higher side, that is the 350 hours. Okay. Now, it's okay that it will take 350 hours. So, teaching for 350 hours, of course, it makes you a very immediate impression that the subject is going to be a lengthy or the subject is bulky. But I want to tell you one thing, that out of this 350 hours, okay, we have almost, means let me be very realistic. We will be having approximately of 120 hours of your general studies part, GS part. Matlab, this is the part which I used to take in general studies classes, and which is going to be the part of your geography optional syllabus. So out of this 350 hours, 120 hours, the topics in this 120 hours are related to general studies. So if you are aware about this general studies part, then I think you can subtract 120 from 350, then you will be somewhere around 230 hours. It will be reduced to 230 hours when I'm talking only in terms of geography. Now, if I include the environment part, because all the topics of your ecology environment which are a part of general studies, they are the part of geography optional. So if I include the environment part, then you can add up another 70 hours. Another 70 hours. So that will be 120 plus 170, and here you are at 190 hours. So out of this 350 hours, 190 hours, the topics which we are going to discuss in 190 hours are the topics which are the part of your general studies syllabus. So if you separate them, means if you separate 350, 190 from this 350, then you will be somewhere around 260. Means that will be approximately, even it is going to be less than 200. It is going to be less than 200 hours. And because 190 hours, we are going to cover a topic which are the part of your general study. Okay. So if you look to this syllabus with this perspective, okay, that out of 350 hours, you are going to study approximately for 200 hours, you are going to study all the topics which are the part of your general studies. And I always insist that a geography is a subject where you will find lots and lots of relevance for your general studies paper also. So I have taken a very conservative calculation of 190 hours, but if you connect international relation and all the other topics, then it may be pushed to around 220 hours. So hardly for 120 hours, you are going to study the topics which are purely for a geography optional, which may not be having any linkages with your general studies part. Okay, बिकॉज ज्योग्राफी अभी जनरल स्टडीज के अंदर में भी काफी लेंदी टॉपिक हो चुका है. मतलब आप ये मत समझिए कि कोई अगर आपको कमिट करता है कि 60-70 आवर्स के अंदर में आपको ज्योग्राफी जनरल स्टडीज वाला पार्ट कंप्लीट कर लेंगे आप, तो वो मुझे नहीं लगता कि या तो कोई बाबा होगा या मैजिशियन होगा, तो वो ऐसा कर भी सकते हैं. क्योंकि आजकल बहुत सारे मैजिशियंस एजुकेशन फील्ड के अंदर में भी आ गए हैं जो गारंटी से सिलेक्शन की बात करते हैं, जो आपसे ये भी कहेंगे कि हम आपका गारंटी सिलेक्शन करा देंगे. तो ऐसे मैजिशियंस भी आ गए हैं यूट्यूब के ऊपर और वो पढ़ा भी रहे हैं और मेरी ख्याल से उनकी फैन फॉलोइंग भी है. तो वो लोग ऐसा कर सकते हैं. बट मेरे पास कोई मैजिक नहीं है कि आप मुझसे बोले कि मैं चाहे वो जनरल स्टडीज की ज्योग्राफी हो उसको कट शॉर्ट कर दूं या फिर ऑप्शनल की ज्योग्राफी हो उसको कट शॉर्ट कर दूं. बस मेरे पास जो डेटा है वो ये है कि आउट ऑफ 350 आवर्स approximately 190 hours you will be studying those topics which are the part of your general study. Today we are going to start a new discussion on another topic of your paper 1, and that is your climatology. So you will see that how much part of your climatology is connected with the GS. Okay, so let me explain the climatology. Yesterday we have discussed about the syllabus of geomorphology, and let's begin with the syllabus of climatology. Climatology. Let's begin with the syllabus of climatology. Now, I hope you people are carrying the syllabus. Yesterday, some of you were not having the syllabus. कुछ लोगों के पास कल syllabus नहीं था, तो मेरे ख्याल से most of you are now carrying the syllabus. And just open your syllabus and look to the topic which are listed in your general studies syllabus. Okay, in your optional syllabus. Okay, so this is your topic, that is climatology. This is the topic which we call to be as a climatology, and this is your second unit. This is your second unit of your paper 1. Second unit of paper 1, and you can call it to be as a unit of physical geography. Okay, so please open your syllabus and just have a look to the topics which are given related to the climatology. Now, the first topic that you are expected to study is atmospheric circulation. Now, what I will do, I will divide the topic in your general studies part, GS part, and the topic which you are going to study in your optional part only. Okay, although you are expected to study both the topic, both the components. Okay, but let me divide this climatology part into two categories. One which you are going to study in your general studies, and another one which you are going to study only in your optional paper. Okay, so just look to the topic. Now, the first topic of your optional syllabus is atmospheric circulation. Atmospheric circulation. Okay, now I will write here GS part plus optional part. You are expected to study in your optional also. So these are the topic which you are going to study in your general studies part as well as in your optional. And here in this column, I will write the topic which are only related to your optional part, means you may not be having any references in your general studies part. Now the first topic is atmospheric circulation. Okay, you may have studied about so many circulations, means in terms of types of the winds, in terms of the different nature of the circulations. Okay, about the atmospheric circulation. Okay, so थोड़ा बहुत अगर आपने इसके बारे में पढ़ा होगा तो then you know that our atmosphere, like in geomorphology, we have studied that our surface is dynamic. Our Earth surface is dynamic and there are movement and circulation over to the Earth surface. Similarly, हमारा जो atmosphere है उसके अंदर में भी we get some circulations. And the basic purpose of the circulation is to transfer the heat, okay, from one position to the another. And the job of this circulation is done by the winds and the ocean currents. You may be knowing about that. Winds are making this circulation possible, and also the ocean currents are also making this circulation possible. So first topic, which is equally important for your general studies part and as well as in your optional part, the first topic is going to be atmospheric circulation. But before starting the atmospheric circulation, you are expected to study the origin of atmosphere. Origin of atmosphere. And ये जो topic है origin of atmosphere, we will be already covering it in your geomorphology. ये geomorphology with the origin of the earth जब हम बात करते हैं, then we will be discussing about this origin of the atmosphere. But if you are starting with the climatology, then you need to first study about the origin of atmosphere. Okay, and then you are expected to study about the structure of atmosphere. Structure of atmosphere. What is the structure of atmosphere, and what is the means how the different layers are formed into our atmosphere. So that is also important. The structure of the atmosphere, that is also important. And in this one, you are also expected to study the types of circulation. Okay, circulation, types of circulation. For example, we study about the circulation at a macro scale, very macro scale. Okay, we study about the circulation at a meso scale. Okay, and we are going to study about the circulation at a micro scale. So all the different scales of atmospheric motion, different scales of the atmospheric motion, you are expected to study that about the macro scale in terms of planetary winds, or in terms of huge movement into the atmosphere which is taking place around the whole globe. That is going to be a macro scale movement. Meso scale could be a minor, means a middle one, okay, in the form of some tropical cyclones, or in the form of some temperate mid-latitude cyclones. A micro scale can be taken in terms of land breezes, sea breezes, or in terms of eddies which are created into our environment. That could be taken to be as a basis of a micro scale. So types of the circulation at various scale, ये भी आपको समझना होगा. And within this circulation, you would be referring about, okay, you will be referring about the various forms of the winds that we are expected to study. But before that, you need to study the second topic so that you can understand about the nature of the wind system that we have over to the globe. So this is the first topic of your syllabus about the atmospheric circulation, and it is equally important in your general studies part. Now the second topic that you are expected to study, which is the part of your syllabus, is temperature and pressure. Temperature and pressure. Temperature and pressure. Temperature and pressure belts of the world. Okay, temperature and pressure belts of the world, or you can say in terms of a globe. You need to take about the temperature and pressure belt. You may have studied about the tropical regions, you may have studied about the temperate regions, you may have studied about the polar regions, and you may have also studied in your general studies part about the subtropical high pressure belt, equatorial low pressure belt, temperate low pressure belt. Okay, and then you have a polar high pressure belt. Approximately we are having 7 belts around the globe. Okay, and that we are expected to study about the pressure belt of the world or the globe, and also the temperature belts. Okay, thermal belts जिसको कहा जाता है, that we are also expected to study. और ये हम I would say that this is a topic which we will study in your general studies also in a proper detail. Proper detail के अंदर में GS के अंदर में भी पढ़ा जाता है. Now, the third topic that you will find equally relevant for your general studies and as well as optional is the third topic is about heat budget. Heat budget. Okay, heat budget. बजट का मतलब क्या होता है बच्चों? What is the meaning of budget? Okay, बजट का मतलब होता है कि कितना आया और कितना गया. ओके, तो अगर अगर हीट एनर्जी या रेडिएशन हमें ज्यादा मिलता है और हमें री रेडिएट कम करते हैं तो सरप्लस हो जाएगा, और अगर हम री रेडिएट ज्यादा करते हैं और हमें आने वाला सोलर रेडिएशन जो होता है वो कम होता है तो डेफिसिट बजट हो जाएगा. और ये सारे हीट बजट ऑफ द अर्थ जो है ये एक इंपॉर्टेंट रोल प्ले करता है इन टर्म्स ऑफ क्लाइमेटिक सर्कुलेशन, इन टर्म्स ऑफ एटमॉस्फेरिक सर्कुलेशन, एंड ऑल्सो इन टर्म्स ऑफ डिटरमाइनिंग द क्लाइमेट और द वेदर कंडीशंस ऑफ अ पर्टिकुलर प्लेस. So again, I will say that this topic we are going to we tend to study in the general studies part also. Okay. Now the next one that you are expected to study after going through this heat budget, you are expected to study about the next topic is about stability and instability. Stability and instability. This is the next topic. Stability and instability. That also we are expected to study. ओके, एंड स्टेबिलिटी और इनस्टेबिलिटी का मतलब क्या होता है कि भाई अगर एयर में टेंडेंसी ऊपर जाने की है तो इनस्टेबल एयर कहलाती है, और अगर एयर में टेंडेंसीज नीचे बैठने की है तो वो स्टेबल एयर कहलाती है. तो उसी तरीके से एनवायरमेंटल कंडीशंस भी जो होती हैं वो स्टेबल बनती हैं, इनस्टेबल बनती है, और उसकी वजह से बहुत सारे एटमॉस्फेरिक फिनोमेना या मीटरोलॉजिकल फिनोमेना उसके थ्रू कनेक्टेड होते हैं. एयर अगर इनस्टेबल होगी, बहुत ज़्यादा इनस्टेबिलिटी इनटू द एयर होगी, तो उससे थंडरस्टॉर्म्स या ट्रॉपिकल स्टॉर्म्स जो होते हैं उनके क्रिएट होने के चांसेस होते हैं. और अगर स्टेबल होगी एयर तो उससे इन्वर्जन ऑफ टेम्परेचर की कंडीशंस या फिर स्टेबल एनवायरमेंटल कंडीशंस होने की वजह से स्टेगनेंसी इनटू द एनवायरमेंट आने के चांसेस होते हैं, और उससे भी एक वेदर कंडीशंस जो होती हैं वो मॉडिफाई होती हैं. तो ये टॉपिक भी मैं आपको बता रहा हूं कि ये टॉपिक भी है. इसके अंदर में आप क्या पढ़ते हैं? इन दिस टॉपिक आप स्टडी करते हैं अबाउट द लैप्स रेट. ओके, नॉर्मल लैप्स रेट जो होता है उसके बारे में आप स्टडी करते हैं. ओके, यू स्टडी अबाउट द लैप्स रेट. यू ऑल्सो स्टडी अबाउट द इन्वर्जन ऑफ टेम्परेचर. ओके, इन्वर्जन ऑफ टेम्परेचर के बारे में भी आपको स्टडी करना होगा. ओके, यू आर ऑल्सो एक्सपेक्टेड टू स्टडी अबाउट द conditions of stability and instability. Conditions of stability and instability. That also we are expected to study in this particular topic. अगर कोई डाउट है तो आप लोग प्लीज अपने मैसेज पोस्ट कर सकते हैं. आप अपना मैसेज you can drop your message so that I may be aware about if any doubt you are carrying. Okay, now after going through this stability and instability, you would be in a position to understand the topic which we call to be as a planetary and local winds. Local winds, or we can also include another one that is called to be as periodic winds. So types of the winds जो है वो भी आपको पढ़नी है, और यहां पे आपको विंड्स को दोनों तरीके से पढ़ना है. आपको सरफेस के ऊपर भी पढ़ना है. यू नीड टू स्टडी अबाउट द सरफेस मूवमेंट ऑल्सो, एंड यू आर ऑल्सो एक्सपेक्टेड टू स्टडी अबाउट द मूवमेंट अलोफ्ट. जैसे अपर एयर का वेस्टर्ली मूवमेंट होता है, तो दिस इज ऑल्सो यू आर एक्सपेक्टेड टू स्टडी, जिसमें जेट स्ट्रीम्स जो होती हैं उनका कॉन्सेप्ट आता है. जेट स्ट्रीम जो होता है उसका कॉन्सेप्ट आता है. तो वो पूरा का पूरा प्लैनेटरी मूवमेंट ऑफ द गैसेज और ऑफ द एयर किस तरीके का है, और इन द फॉर्म ऑफ अ विंड्स किस तरीके का है, वो सारा आपको पढ़ना है. तो इसमें यू आर एक्सपेक्टेड टू स्टडी पीरियोडिकल विंड्स, नॉन पीरियोडिकल विंड्स, परमानेंट विंड्स, सीजनल विंड्स, लोकल विंड्स, प्लैनेटरी विंड्स, all the various components. And not only at the surface, you are also expected to study at the in the upper region of the troposphere, which we call to be as a aloft. Okay, aloft, उसके लिए वर्ड यूज करते हैं. अपर एयर का जो सर्कुलेशन होता है, या अपर एयर में अपर एटमॉस्फेयर के अंदर में जो मूवमेंट होते हैं उनके लिए जो वर्ड यूज किया जाता है, दैट इज कॉल्ड टू बी एज अ अलोफ्ट. अलोफ्ट मींस विंड मूवमेंट अलोफ्ट. That also you are going to study, and in this wind movement aloft के अंदर में you are going to study about jet streams. ये jet streams के बारे में भी आपको पढ़ना होता है. Again, I will say that all these topics are the part of your general studies. जो मैंने आपको शुरुआत में बताया था ना कि 350 आवर्स के अंदर में आपका एक मेजर पोर्शन ऐसा है जनरल स्टडीज का जो इस ऑप्शनल के अंदर में आता है. ओके तो अगर आप उस कैलकुलेशन से अगर आप देखेंगे तो आपको दिखेगा कि दिस इज गोइंग टू बी a subject which is having a high correlation with your general studies part. Okay, so वो आप जनरल स्टडीज में पढ़ेंगे ही पढ़ेंगे. तो अगर उन स्टूडेंट्स के लिए लेंदी हो जाता है कि जो जनरल स्टडीज के अंदर में अगर आप मान लीजिए इफ यू आर डिवोटिंग 350 आवर्स हियर, then you are reducing approximately 180 and 190 hours in your general studies. तो बात तो वहीं आ जाती है ना, अगर आप ऑप्शनल के अंदर में ये सब टॉपिक पढ़ लेते हैं तो फिर आपको जीएस में नहीं पढ़ना है, और अगर आप जीएस में पढ़ लेते हैं तो फिर आपको ऑप्शनल में नहीं पढ़ना है, बिकॉज मोर और लेस इट इज गोइंग टू बी द सेम कॉन्सेप्ट साइंस इज गोइंग टू बी द सेम फॉर ऑप्शनल ज्योग्राफी एंड फॉर योर जनरल स्टडीज ज्योग्राफी. Okay, and after that you are expected to study about monsoon. एक टॉपिक आपके इसमें दे रखा है about the monsoon. मानसून के बारे में दे रखा है. मानसून तो मेरे ख्याल से आप लोगों को सबको सुना हुआ ही है, और इंडियन सब कॉन्टिनेंट में तो एवरीवन नोज अबाउट द मानसून, बट हियर यू आर एक्सपेक्टेड टू स्टडी अबाउट द मानसून एंड इंडियन क्लाइमेट. Okay, so this is a topic, actually this is a topic which is a topic of your paper 2. Now the best part of this topic is that along with your paper 1 of your physical geography, you can cover this topic of paper 2 also. So there is no need of going a separate study in your paper 2, because when we are having a climatology as a topic, we are going to discuss about the monsoon and about the Indian climate. Okay, we will also see about the role of the jet streams. Role of jet streams क्या है वो भी सारा का सारा हम यहीं पे पढ़ लेंगे. Role of the jet streams जो है in terms of monsoon के अंदर में क्या है. Okay, role of Tibetan plateau, different types of the jet streams, types of the jet streams. We are going to study in the same topic of climatology. Okay, and after that we are expected to study about the air masses. Air masses आपके syllabus में, and about the forms that we are going to study. Air masses and fronts जो होती हैं, we are going to about the air masses and fronts we are going to study in this climatology. तो next topic आपका air masses and fronts का आ जाता है. Okay, air masses आप जानते होंगे, a body of the air, a huge body of the air which is stable in a particular geography. Okay, so air masses हो गई, और जब दो air masses आपस में आप when they come close to each other, they do not get mixed because of the density differences, and rather the lighter air masses is pushed by the heavier air mass, so which result into the rising of the air, and which may result into disturbances into the atmosphere, and these disturbances sometimes travel to a long distances and resulting into a creation of a phenomena that we call to be as a mid-latitude cyclones, तो ये भी हमें इसी के साथ साथ जो होता है कनेक्ट करके पढ़ना होता है. एयर मासेस के बारे में, एयर मासेस क्या होती हैं, कितने तरीके की होती हैं, how they influences the climatic conditions of different places, climatic and weather conditions of the different places, या वो सारा का सारा आपको इस एयर मासेस के अंदर में पढ़ना है. ओके, फिर उसके बाद हमें कुछ एटमॉस्फेरिक डिस्टर्बेंस जो होते हैं वो हमने देखने होते हैं, और जैसे मैंने आपको बताया कि एक मिड लैटिट्यूड साइक्लोन है. ओके, और इसी तरीके के वी हैव एन एटमॉस्फेरिक डिस्टर्बेंस इन टर्म्स ऑफ ट्रॉपिकल साइक्लोन्स, वो भी आपको इसी टॉपिक के अंदर में आपको पढ़ना है. And when you are studying about the tropical cyclone, you are not going to study the tropical cyclone with the perspective of only paper 1. You will cover this concept of a tropical cyclone for the perspective of a paper 2 also. Okay, and about the cyclone formation, what are the different theories related to the cyclone formation. For example, frontogenesis we study in the context of mid-latitude cyclone. Mid-latitude cyclone के context में we tend to study about the frontogenesis, and we have different theories which are associated with the origin of a tropical cyclone. Okay, now not only the origin we are going to study, we will also see about the distribution of these mid-latitude cyclones, and also the distribution of the tropical cyclones, and how they influences how they modify or how they influences the weather conditions of a different places they travel. तो ये भी हमने इसके अंदर में पढ़ना है. And in terms of a disturbance, you are also expected to study about the thunderstorms. ओके जो थंडरस्टॉर्म्स हैं उनके बारे में भी आपको पढ़ना होगा इस पर्टिकुलर टॉपिक के अंदर में। Okay, thunderstorms, you because this is a part of your syllabus, and sometimes there can be a question related to the formation of a thunderstorm. Okay, and in the context of your changing climate, these disturbances are getting very much important. Although you study more about them in your general studies part, okay, but for the optional part also, it is equally important. And you need to pay proper attention to these type of atmospheric disturbances for your optional also. Okay, so जनरल स्टडीज के अंदर में भी आपको वही पढ़ना है जो आपको ऑप्शनल के अंदर में इसके अंदर में पढ़ना है. Now the next topic of your climatology is about the distribution. Okay, about the distribution. Okay, distribution of precipitation. Okay, precipitation, and also about the types of precipitation. Okay, so geography is all about a distribution. अगर आप कोई भी phenomena पढ़ रहे हैं, precipitation is a phenomena, तो हमेशा उस phenomena का you need to study about the distribution of that phenomena also. Okay, and about the variation or the different types of such phenomena that we can see. तो टाइप्स ऑफ प्रेसिपिटेशन भी आपको पढ़ना है और आपको डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन भी डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ प्रेसिपिटेशन. अब इसके अंदर में आप जब स्टार्टिंग करेंगे तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल यू विल ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ ह्यूमिडिटी का कॉन्सेप्ट जो होता है वो आप पढ़ेंगे. ओके, कि व्हाट इज अ मीनिंग ऑफ वाटर वेपर और हाउ वी मेजर द वाटर कंटेंट ऑफ आवर एटमॉस्फेयर. एंड यू विल ऑल्सो स्टडी अबाउट द क्लाउड्स और द टाइप्स ऑफ क्लाउड्स. ओके, about the clouds, types of the cloud and their significance. And you will also study about the different forms of the precipitation. For example, in terms of a rain, in terms of a snow, different types of the precipitation, and what are the mechanism which plays a role in determining the nature of the precipitation. कि rain होगी या snow होगा, what are the mechanism which is involved. और उसके अंदर में we tend to study about two theories. One is called to be as a collision coalescence theory and another is called to be as a Bergeron process. Okay, तो वो भी आपको इस पर्टिकुलर टॉपिक के अंदर में पढ़ना है और ये आपको जीएस के अंदर में भी पढ़ना है. एंड आफ्टर दैट आपको एक अब इसके बाद जो टॉपिक यू आर गोइंग टू स्टडी एज अ पार्ट ऑफ योर सिलेबस इज गोइंग टू बी ओनली फॉर द ऑप्शनल. मतलब यू आर नॉट गोइंग टू स्टडी देम इन योर जनरल स्टडीज पार्ट. Now the topic which I'm going to mention now is only a part of your optional syllabus. So this topic is about the classification of climate. Generally ये टॉपिक आप क्लाइमेट्स के बारे में तो पढ़ते हैं ऑप्शनल जीएस के अंदर में कि different types of the climate. Okay, but what is the mechanism or what is the how we classify the climate and how we determine the climate of a particular places and what are the theories associated with the classification of the climate. For example, we talk about the Köppen's classification. Okay, we study about the Thornweight classification. We study about the Trivartha classification. तो ये तीन modes of classification, तीन theories हैं which are related to the classification of the climate of the globe. और जब आप इसको पढ़ेंगे क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ द क्लाइमेट ऑफ वर्ल्ड, ओके, you will study them in the context of India also. Not only in the context of the world, you will study them in the context of India also. So that the topic of your paper 2 is covered here only. Okay, तो उसको separately you are not expected to study for your paper 2. You can cover this topic of classification of the climate of world and India in this paper 1 only. So most of your components of Indian climate of your paper 2 will be covered in your paper 1 only. Okay, तो उसके लिए सेपरेट आपको पढ़ने की जरूरत नहीं है. तो अगर आप लिंक करके पढ़ेंगे बिटवीन द पेपर 2 एंड पेपर 1 तो आप देखेंगे कि इट्स नॉट अ लेंथी सिलेबस, हाईली इंटर रिलेटेड सिलेबस. So once you have understood those interrelations, then you will find that the syllabus is very easy to cover, and because most of your part is a part of your general study. Okay, next topic that you are expected to study about the hydrological cycle. Hydrological cycle, obviously you will study them in the context of your ecology and environment also, and in the context of climatology as a part of your physical geography syllabus of your general studies. ओके सो अब इसके अंदर में भी हाइड्रोलॉजिकल साइकिल के अंदर में बड़ी कॉम्प्लेक्सिटीज हैं कि हाउ द एक्सचेंज ऑफ मॉइस्चर टेक्स प्लेस बिटवीन द लैंड एंड द सी, means how the exchange of the moisture is taking place between the land and the sea, how the exchange of the moisture is taking place between the sea and the atmosphere, and how the exchange of the moisture is taking place between the atmosphere and the land. Okay, so we need to study about the complete cyclic movement of a water, a complete cyclic movement of a water. क्योंकि वाटर क्या होता है बच्चों, एक ग्लू की तरीके से होता है. वाटर इज लाइक अ ग्लू विच कनेक्ट्स ऑल द रियलम्स ऑफ द अर्थ. ओके, means we take a realms, means the components of our earth system. And what are those components? The first component we take to be as a geosphere, that is a solid earth, and the upper part is called to be as a lithosphere. And the second component that we take it to be as a atmosphere, and the third component is your hydrosphere, and the fourth component is your biosphere, and the fifth component that you can take is a anthrosphere. So in the water acts like a glue which connects all these components. Okay, so you need to understand that how the movement of the water taking place from one component to the another, and how it is redistributed, or how it is distributed, redistributed, circulated. So that is going to be the part of a hydrological cycle. Okay, so that we are expected to study both in your general studies and also in your optional paper. Okay, next topic that you are expected to study is about the climate change. Okay, and obviously the role of the man, means, and the response of the man related to the climate changes. ये आपको नहीं लगता कि ये आपका कंपोनेंट ऐसा है कि which is connected with your environment part of your general studies syllabus, and you're expected to study about this climate change in your GS part also. Okay, next topic is about applied climatology. Okay, and all the things which you are going to study in the context of applied climatology. For example, weather forecasting can be in the context of weather forecasting, in the context of understanding the microclimates of our different places, in the context of understanding the urban climate. Okay, you can find the applications of climatology, and also you will find that lots and lots of applications of meteorology also in this particular context, and you are going to study for your general studies part also. Okay, so this is applied climatology. Generally हम लोगों को पता नहीं होता कि that this topic is connected with the climatology, and this is taken to be as an applied part of the climatology. Okay, so ये भी आपको जनरल स्टडीज के अंदर में आपको पढ़ना होता है. जैसे आजकल अभी चल रहा है ना अर्बन हीट. Okay, urban heat waves. Okay, heat waves. We talk about the marine heat waves. Okay, we are talking about in terms of sudden stratospheric warming. Okay, they all are the components of applied climatology. Okay, they all are the components of applied climatology, and also in terms of sea surface warming, sea temperature. Okay, or in terms of many other phenomena which are in which can be taken to be as a form of an applied climatology. Okay, for example, अभी पीछे न्यूज में था एक एटमॉस्फेरिक रिवर्स. Okay, atmospheric river अपने आप में एक phenomena है, and you will find that you will carry whatever the understanding that you have taken up from these basic part or fundamental part, you can apply it in the context of that applied areas. ओके, सो बहुत सारे एरियाज होते हैं अप्लाइड क्लाइमेटोलॉजी के, लेकिन मैं ये नहीं कह रहा हूं. अब अप्लाइड क्लाइमेटोलॉजी ऑब्वियसली इन अर्बन प्लानिंग भी हो सकता है. वी कैन टेक इट इन द कॉन्टेक्स्ट ऑफ या हीट डोम ऑल्सो. Yes, Saurabh, you have rightly said heat dome also, and in the context of urban planning भी हो सकता है applied climatology. Okay, because different climate requires a different way of planning for the settlement. Okay, cropping pattern कैसा होना चाहिए, that may be determined on the basis of the climate of a particular places. Okay, so ये सब areas आपके applied climatology के अंदर में आते हैं. Okay, तो अब मुझे बताइए कि आपको आज का जब आप टॉपिक अटेंड कर रहे हैं तो आपको क्या लगता है कि क्लाइमेटोलॉजी का कितना % पार्ट ऐसा है which is highly correlated with your general studies part? कितना कितना ऐसा है कि which is going to be correlated with your general studies part? तो थोड़ा सा मुझे बताइए कि आपको जब क्लाइमेटोलॉजी का सिलेबस आप देखते हैं जीएस ऑप्शनल पेपर के अंदर में, तो कितना पार्ट ऐसा है आपका जो विच सीम्स टू बी relevant for your general studies also? How much part is relevant for your general studies climatology का? How much part? ओके जो लोग ऑनलाइन पे हैं जल्दी जल्दी रिस्पॉन्ड करिए, तो मुझे थोड़ा सा पता रहेगा कि मैं आप लोगों के पास मेरी इंफॉर्मेशन पहुंच रही है या नहीं पहुंच रही है. अगर आप थोड़ा सा एनालाइज करेंगे और जितना मैंने अभी आपके साथ डिस्कस करा है, इफ यू एनालाइज इट एंड लुक टू द सिलेबस, you will find that nearly 80 to 85% part of climatology का of your 80 to 85% part of your climatology, okay, is connected with your GS part. 80 to 85%. Okay, it's not yes, and we have total 13-14 topics, Saurabh. Okay, Saurabh, we have total 13 to 14 topics, and out of 13 to 14 topics you will find that 80-85% or approximately you can just go to 90% also. You will find, yes, means yeah, it is correlated with the GS. Okay, and not only the geography part, the climatology is also having your linkages with your ecology and environment part also. Ecology and environment. Ecology and environment. Okay, जियोमॉर्फोलॉजी में भी अप्रोक्सीमेटली 50% पार्ट ऐसा है कि विच यू आर गोइंग टू स्टडी इन योर जनरल स्टडीज ऑल्सो. जस्ट लुक टू द प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चन, प्रिया, सौरभ, भाग्यश्री, जस्ट लुक टू द प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चंस and you will came to know that even in geomorphology also approximately 50% part is a part of your general studies. Okay, तो इसलिए जो रियलिटी है मैंने तो आपके सामने बिल्कुल सिलेबस के साथ आपको दिखाया है. कई बार स्टूडेंट नहीं समझते हैं इस सिलेबस के बारे में और सिलेबस पढ़ते नहीं है, तो इसलिए गलत डिसीजन ले लेते हैं और फिर बाद में चल के उनको लगता है कि नहीं यार मैंने सब्जेक्ट गलत चूज कर लिया, या मैं उस सब्जेक्ट में ज़्यादा अच्छा कर सकता था, इस सब्जेक्ट में मैं अच्छा नहीं कर सकता था. तो ये सब चीज़ें जो होती हैं फिर बाद में 2-3 अटेम्प्ट लूज करने के बाद आपको दिखता है. ओके, हाँ, ऑफ कोर्स जनरल स्टडीज के अंदर में भी ज्योग्राफी पढ़ने के लिए और समझने के लिए आपको थोड़ा सा मेहनत करना पड़ता है, थोड़ा सा स्टडी करना पड़ता है. ओके, तो थोड़ा सा आपको ध्यान देना पड़ता है. सो यस यस, सौरभ दुबे, आपने जो क्वेश्चन पूछा है कि हाउ वी शुड अप्रोच द आंसर विच आर सिमिलर टू द जीएस. नाउ देयर इज नो डिफरेंट अप्रोच. आई पर्सनली फील दैट देयर इज नो डिफरेंट अप्रोच for your general studies and for your optional paper. Okay, because if you have the same word limit, because you are expected to write in your general studies, and if the same question is a part of your general studies and if the same question is a part of your optional paper, okay, and I don't think that you need to have much differences. You need to go through many differences to present your answer in a different manner. Okay, तो मुझे नहीं लगता कि कोई ऐसा मेजर डिफरेंस ऐसा है कि जो आपको जनरल, अगर वो क्वेश्चन आपका जीएस में आता है और वो क्वेश्चन आपका ऑप्शनल में आता है, तो वहां पे आपको अपनी अप्रोच में कुछ चेंजेस लाने पड़ते हैं. ओके, कॉन्सेप्ट, द क्लैरिटी ऑफ द कॉन्सेप्ट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट दैट द कॉन्सेप्ट क्लैरिटी शुड बी देयर. अभिषेक, गुड आफ्टरनून. इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट दैट यू शुड बी हैविंग अ क्लैरिटी ऑफ द कॉन्सेप्ट, एंड इफ द कॉन्सेप्ट इज क्लियर and you try to present your answer both in general studies and both in optional paper in a very appealing manner. ठीक है, ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है कि अगर आप जनरल स्टडीज के अंदर में ऑप्शनल की कोई चीजें डाल देंगे या ऑप्शनल्स की कोई बात कर देंगे तो एग्जामिनर आपको 0 नंबर दे देगा. ऐसा कहीं यूपीएससी के नोटिफिकेशन में कहीं नहीं लिखा हुआ है. योर आंसर शुड बी रेलिवेंट एंड इट हैज टू बी एज पर द डिमांड ऑफ द क्वेश्चन. It hardly matters whether you are writing in general studies or whether you are writing in optional paper. Okay, it hardly matters. If you are writing the answer as per the demand of the question, then you will get the good marks. Okay, so वो चक्कर में मत पड़ना बिल्कुल भी कि वो बहुत सारे लोग कुछ ऐसी इंफॉर्मेशन दे देते हैं और मैं उन सब इंफॉर्मेशन को ट्रस्ट नहीं करता हूँ, ना मैं उन ऐसी इंफॉर्मेशन को सब्सक्राइब करता हूँ. क्वेश्चन अगर आपसे पूछा गया है कि सपोज फॉर एग्जांपल द क्वेश्चन इज देयर दैट क्रिटिकली इवैल्यूएट द प्लेट टेक्टोनिक थ्योरी, ओके, or critically evaluate about the concept of drifting of continents, concept of drifting of the continent. Okay, so what difference you will create in GS and in your optional? It may be possible that the designing of the question in your optional may be a bit different. Okay, but sometimes if you get a same nature of the question, if the question nature is the same, then your answer is also going to be the of similar nature, similar form. Okay, so don't make much differences and don't learn such differences. Don't try to overload yourself with such type of differences. Okay, now come to the unit 3. Come to the unit 3 of today's discussion, and the unit 3 is about oceanography. Now I will do the same thing as I did for climatology. Okay, सेम चीज को करते हैं जो हमने क्लाइमेटोलॉजी के कॉन्टेक्स्ट में करी थी कि लेट्स टेक two columns. One is GS part plus optional part, and another one is only optional part, only optional, which you are going to study only in your optional paper. So here we are writing the things in terms of the topics which you are going to study both in GS and the optional. And here we are going to write the topics which you are going to study only in the optional paper. Okay, so first question is about marine provinces. Marine provinces. Okay, marine provinces. क्या आपको marine provinces GS के अंदर में नहीं पढ़ने होंगे about the continental shelf, about the continental slope, about the continental rise and about the abyssal plain. बस थोड़ा सा differences. Sometimes यहाँ पे ये आ सकता है कि we are required to study about those marine provinces in more detail in your optional paper in comparison to the general studies paper. Okay, so suppose for example you are expected to study about the bottom topography of every ocean. You are expected to study about the bottom topography of every ocean, which you are not expected to study in the general studies part. So for example, you will be studying about the bottom topography of oceans, bottom topography of oceans. Okay, so here you are expected to study about all the oceans like Pacific oceans. Okay, Pacific oceans की अगर हम बात करते हैं या फिर हम Atlantic की बात करते हैं, Atlantic ocean. Okay, or we study about the Indian Ocean. Okay, so in सब की bottom topography you are not expected to study in your general studies part. You are going to study only about them in your optional paper. The next topic is about salinity. So salinity of oceans, salinity and its distribution, okay, variation, salinity of the ocean water, its distribution of the salinity and its variation into the salinity. You are going to study both in your general studies and as well as in your optional paper. Okay, so I would not make any differences in teaching this general studies part of salinity and also part of the optional. So it is going to be the same. So this topic is going to be the same. Now, sometimes we study about some specific things about the salinity and the temperatures of the ocean. Suppose, for example, we study about the TS curve. So in the optional paper, in the general studies part, we are going to avoid this one, but we are going to study it into your optional part. Okay, so TS curve होता है, TS diagram होता है, TS temperature salinity curve होता है. So we do not study it in your general studies. We study it only in the context of the optional. Similarly, we are expected to study about the heat budget of the oceans, and also about the salt budgets of the ocean. Okay, heat budgets of the ocean and also about the salt budgets of the ocean. तो ये भी पूरा का पूरा आपको पढ़ना होता है इसके अंदर में, and that in general studies and as well as in your optional. And then you are expected to study about the ocean deposits. Again, in the GS part also, you are going to study about the ocean deposits, and which you are going to study in your optional paper also. Okay, so ocean deposits. तो बस थोड़ा सा ये होता है कि we in the context of our general studies we take a superficial idea. we take a basic idea about the ocean deposits, but जब हम उसको हम ऑप्शनल के कॉन्टेक्स्ट में पढ़ रहे होते हैं तो उसका जेनेटिक क्लासिफिकेशन, उसका ज्योग्राफिकल क्लासिफिकेशन, we try to classify the ocean deposits in a very scientific manner, एंड उसका क्लासिफिकेशन भी हमें पढ़ना होता है और वो किस तरीके से है. एंड ऑल्सो वी आर एक्सपेक्टेड टू स्टडी अबाउट द बायोटिक प्रोविंसेस, मेराइन बायोटिक प्रोविंसेस, मेराइन बायोटिक प्रोविंसेस ऑल्सो. It's better if you study about these provinces in your general studies also. It is always advisable that you study about the marine biotic provinces in your general studies also. Okay, but even if you're not studying them, that will not make much difference for your general studies preparation. But for the optional part, you are expected to study about these marine biotic provinces. Next topics that you will find for your both general studies and your optional paper in your oceanography is about waves, currents and tides. ये भी एक टॉपिक है and वो आपको GS में भी पढ़ना है, and again you are expected to study in your optional paper also. So here you are expected to study about the origin of currents, okay, origin of tides, theories behind the tides, origin of tides, okay, theories related to tides, okay, different theories which are given, okay. But यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा एक आइडिया लेते हैं, आजकल उस पे क्वेश्चन बहुत ज्यादा पूछा नहीं जाता है about the theories related to the tides को लेके. Now you are also expected to study about the thermohaline circulation, okay, or you can call it to be as a deep ocean circulation. So this is also a topic of your optional, and again there was a question related to the water masses, about the water masses like air masses. Here we also have a concept of a water masses, okay, and also we are expected to study about the origin of ocean waves, okay, and what are the factors which controls the wave formation, factors controlling wave formation. ओके, अगर आप मेरा जनरल स्टडीज का ब्रिज कोर्स करेंगे तो आपको मिलेगा कि मैंने सारे के सारे टॉपिक ऑलरेडी जनरल स्टडीज के अंदर में एक प्रॉपर डिटेल के साथ डिस्कस करे हैं. ओके, तो आपको मिलेगा कि ये सारे टॉपिक मैंने जो हैं वो आपके जनरल स्टडीज का जो कंपोनेंट है उसके अंदर में भी मैंने डिस्कस करे. ओके, इसलिए मेरे स्टूडेंट जो होते हैं अगर वो मेरी जनरल स्टडीज की क्लास कर लेते हैं ना तो उनके लिए ऑप्शनल का पेपर हार्डली 150 आवर्स करा जाता है, 140 to 150 आवर्स करा जाता है, बिकॉज रेस्ट ऑफ द थिंग्स आई हैव डन in your general studies part. Okay, now another topic is about once we have gone through the deposits of the ocean, then we are ready to understand the resources which the ocean can provide us. Resources, marine resource. Okay, and obviously you can classify them in terms of biotic resources, in terms of mineral resources, in terms of energy resources. वो आपको, because the topic of the resource you are expected to study in your general studies part also, and this topic of the resource is very important for your optional paper also, because nowadays when we talk about the blue economy and when we talk about that the ocean is going to be our last resort in terms of the food resources. So in that context also the resources which are provided by the ocean, that is also important for you to understand, and what are the latest development also, because this is a topic although you start with some fundamental knowledge, but you need to keep on update yourself with the latest updates, with the latest current affairs also about the nature of these marine resources. Okay, because in most of the cases the question related to the marine resources, both in your general studies and both in your optional, that it is likely that they will pick up the topic from the current affairs and they will design any fundamental question related to this marine resources and will present in front of you in your exam. Okay, so ये कुछ टॉपिक ऐसा है जो थोड़ा डायनेमिक है and which needs a constant updates also, जिसको आपको पढ़ना पड़ता है. Another important thing is about coral reefs. ये आपको पता है कोरल रीफ्स के बारे में, कोरल ब्लीचिंग के बारे में, ओके, ब्लीचिंग, कोरल रीव्स, इन सब के बारे में वी स्टडी इन जनरल स्टडीज ऑल्सो, सो वो भी आपको टॉपिक आपको देखना होता है. अगेन द टॉपिक इज सी लेवल चेंजेस. सी लेवल चेंजेस, सी लेवल चेंजेस, ये भी आपको पढ़ना है जनरल स्टडीज के अंदर में. ओके, उसके अंदर में टेक्टोनिक चेंजेस, आइसोस्टैटिक चेंजेस और यूस्टैटिक चेंजेस जो होते हैं वो सारे के सारे आपको सी लेवल चेंजेस जो होते हैं वो आपको पढ़ने हैं. एंड देन लॉज ऑफ सी, okay, in terms of marginal sea, in terms of territorial water, in terms of exclusive economic zone, okay, contiguous zone. So these are some of the terms which we study in the context of the demarcation of sea boundaries. Okay, and in that context you need to study about the UNCLOS, UNCLOS, United Nations Convention on Law of Sea, that you are expected to study, and its significance भी आपको देखनी है, इसकी significance क्या है, that also you are expected to study. And the marine pollution in this context means pollution issues of the pollution, and about the laws of the sea. Okay, so how the laws of the seas are needed to be modified in order to deal with the marine pollution or the increasing cases of the marine pollution. ओके, सो ये आपको इसके अंदर में आपको देखना है. सो मैराइन पोल्यूशन इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक, एंड विच वी विल स्टडी इन योर ओशनोग्राफी. ओके, तो ये मैराइन पोल्यूशन आपको इकोलॉजी एनवायरनमेंट का जब आप पढ़ रहे होते हैं जनरल स्टडीज के अंदर में, देन ऑल्सो दिस टॉपिक इज इक्वली इंपॉर्टेंट, बट वी विल कवर दिस टॉपिक इन योर ओशनोग्राफी ऑफ योर ऑप्शनल पेपर. ओके, सो ये मैराइन पोल्यूशन के जो इश्यूज हैं तो ये भी है. तो अब मुझे बताइए जनरल स्टडीज का, जनरल स्टडीज इन टर्म्स ऑफ ओशनोग्राफी, हाउ मच पार्ट इज रिलेटेड विद जनरल स्टडीज? आप खुद ही बता दीजिए मेरे को कि हाउ मच पार्ट इज रिलेटेड विद जनरल स्टडीज. जस्ट गिव मी इन परसेंटेज और इन टर्म्स ऑफ टॉपिक्स ऑल्सो, that how much part is related with your general studies. Okay, 50% geomorphology is connected with general studies. Okay, nearly 80 to 90% of your climatology is connected with the general studies. And now tell me how much oceanography is having a correlation with the general studies. Okay, so approximately I tell you, in the context of oceanography, it will again come around 80 to 85%. 80 to 85% of your oceanography, okay, is equally important for your general studies. अब आपको डिफरेंसेस कहाँ आते हैं? देखिए, जब टाइड्स की थ्योरीज हमें पढ़नी होती हैं तो वो हम जनरल स्टडीज के अंदर में छोड़ देते हैं. इन द कॉन्टेक्स्ट ऑफ द जनरल स्टडीज वी डू नॉट स्टडी अबाउट द वेरियस थ्योरीज ऑफ द टाइड्स, about the origin of the coral reefs and the evolution of the coral reefs and the development of the coral reefs. तो उसमें भी theories हैं, वो भी हम in the context of a जनरल स्टडीज कई बार हम छोड़ देते हैं. लेकिन अभी क्वेश्चन पूछे जा रहे हैं कि अबाउट द नेचर ऑफ डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ द कोरल रीफ्स. ओके, कुछ एटॉल्स हैं, कुछ फ्रिंजिंग रीफ्स हैं, ओके, कुछ बैरियर रीफ्स हैं. तो देयर कैन बी अ क्वेश्चन that how the different coral reefs vary, means how they vary from one another. Okay, in terms of their structures, in terms of their distribution, okay, and in terms of their geographical locations also. Okay, so that is we need to study, and that is also going to be uska ek brief idea jo hota hai, we take it in general studies also. So again I will say that around 80 to 85% part of your oceanography is related with your general study. Okay, अब ध्यान रखिएगा 350 आवर्स का हमारा सेशन होगा ज्योग्राफी ऑप्शनल का. अब मुझे आप ये देख के बताइएगा कि ज्योग्राफी ऑप्शनल का कितना परसेंट पार्ट, जो मैंने आपसे कहा था कि अप्रोक्सीमेटली आपका 190 आवर्स तक, अप्रोक्सीमेटली ऑफ 190 आवर्स जो होगा, वी विल बी डिस्कसिंग दोज टॉपिक्स फॉर विच आर द पार्ट ऑफ योर जनरल स्टडी. Now come to the unit 4. Come to the unit 4. Unit 4 पे आते हैं, and the unit 4 is related to biogeography. Biogeography. Okay? Biogeography का मतलब क्या होता है? Bio plus geography. Bio plus geography. और in a very basic way अगर मैं आपको बताऊं, in a very basic way, distribution. Study of distribution. Study of distribution of plants and animals. Plants and animals. study of the distribution of plants and animals. So what is geography? Geography is a study of Earth system, and in the context of the Earth system, again, we will recall about all those five components. First component is lithosphere or a geosphere in a broader sense. Another component is atmosphere. Third component is hydrosphere, and the fourth component is biosphere. And in the context of a biosphere, we will be studying two topics. One is related to your biogeography, and another one is related to another one that we will be studying about some topics in your environmental geography, which may be connected with the idea of a biogeography. Okay, so study of the distribution of plants and animals. Okay, when you start this biogeography, the very first topic, okay, the very first topic that we are going to study is about soils. Soils. Okay, soils, formation of the soil, factors controlling the formation of a soil, formation of soils, and in this classification of soils, classification of soil, and distribution of soil, distribution of soil, distribution of soil. ये फर्स्ट है जिसमें आप सॉइल होराइजन, अबाउट द सॉइल होराइजन, सॉइल होराइजन्स, सॉइल प्रोफाइल, ये सब चीजें जो हैं वो आपको पढ़नी है. ओके, ये सारी की सारी चीजें जो हैं वो आपको इसमें आपको देखना होगा. ओके, क्लासिफिकेशन, तो इसमें दो तरीके के क्लासिफिकेशन की हम बात करते हैं, मार्बट का MERBUT, और एक हम USDS का क्लासिफिकेशन हम उसका पढ़ते हैं. जो उसका क्लासिफिकेशन है, USDA का जो क्लासिफिकेशन है, वो भी हम इसके कॉन्टेक्स्ट के अंदर में पढ़ते हैं. मार्बट का क्लासिफिकेशन सिस्टम है, और एक क्लासिफिकेशन सिस्टम जो है वो आपका USDA का है. अब इन द कॉन्टेक्स्ट ऑफ द GS, फॉर्मेशन ऑफ द सॉइल आपको पढ़ना है. क्लासिफिकेशन का एक बेसिक आइडिया लेना, बिकॉज आई डोंट थिंक इन जनरल स्टडीज दे विल आस्क एनी क्वेश्चन रिलेटेड टू द क्लासिफिकेशन, बट दैट कुड बी द पार्ट ऑफ योर प्रीलिम्स एग्जामिनेशन. कभी कभी प्रीलिम्स के अंदर में पूछ लेता है आपसे अबाउट द क्लासिफिकेशन. एंड अनदर वन इज द डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ द सॉइल. ओके, सो USDA का जो मार्बट का क्लासिफिकेशन एंड डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ द सॉइल है, USDA का क्लासिफिकेशन एंड डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ द सॉइल है. And we will study the soil in the Indian context also. India में, in the Indian context. In the Indian context, we are not going to study the distribution of a soil separately in India. Okay, क्योंकि जब भी हम इस टॉपिक को पढ़ेंगे तो तभी हम इंडिया का सॉइल सिस्टम जो है उसको भी साथ साथ कवर कर लेंगे कि दैट हाउ what are the different types of the soil that we found in India, and what are the genesis, origin, and what are the importance of a different soil types. Okay, that we will discuss in the context of India also. So that we are not expected to study, or we will not at all study it separately in the context of India. Okay, so वो भी आपको देखना है, सॉइल होराइजन, सॉइल प्रोफाइल, ये सब आपको देखना है. अब सॉइल है तो सॉइल से रिलेटेड प्रॉब्लम्स जो हैं वो भी आपको देखनी है. फॉर एग्जांपल सॉइल इरोजन भी यही पढ़ा जाएगा. ओके, एंड सॉइल इरोजन को भी हमने यही पढ़ना है. डिग्रेडेशन, सॉइल डिग्रेडेशन, डिग्रेडेशन, ओके, डिग्रेडेशन, ओके, डिक्रीज इन द क्वालिटी ऑफ द सॉइल, एंड ऑल्सो वी विल स्टडी अबाउट द कंजर्वेशन ऑफ द सॉइल. Okay, again soil erosion, soil degradation, soil conservation. Okay, soil erosion, soil degradation, soil conservation, you would be studying them both in your general studies and as well as both in your optional paper. थोड़ा सा बस डिफरेंस यहाँ पे आ जाता है कि जब हम ऑप्शनल को पढ़ रहे होते हैं तो उसमें कुछ केस स्टडीज डालते हैं, हम कुछ इलस्ट्रेशंस डालते हैं, कुछ फील्ड स्टडीज के बारे में डालते हैं जब हम ऑप्शनल के बारे में किसी टॉपिक को तैयार कर रहे होते हैं. लेकिन बेसिक फंडामेंटल आपका वही रहता है, बस थोड़ा सा उसकी लेंथ और ब्रेथ में थोड़ा सा चेंजेस आ जाते हैं, क्योंकि वो एक ऑप्शनल के पर्सपेक्टिव से पढ़ा जा रहा है और एक वो चीज जनरल स्टडीज के पर्सपेक्टिव से पढ़ा जा रहा है. कॉन्सेप्ट सेम ही रहता है, कॉन्सेप्ट इज गोइंग टू बी सेम, बट वी नीड टू sometimes we need to understand some topics in a more detail in the context of a optional, or in comparison in the context of a general study. Okay, now next topic is about factors influencing influencing distribution of plants and animals, ओके। अब सिंपल सी बात है कि भाई हर जगह हर तरीके के प्लांट्स नहीं मिलते हैं, ओके, या हर जगह हर तरीके के एनिमल्स नहीं मिलते हैं। तो कोई ना कोई तो फैक्टर्स ऐसे होंगे जो इस चीज को कंट्रोल करते हैं कि दैट यू विल फाइंड अ सर्टेन वेराइटीज ऑफ फ्लोरा एंड फौनास इन अ पर्टिकुलर क्लाइमेट और इन अ पर्टिकुलर लोकेशन। तो हमने इस टॉपिक के अंदर में यही देखना है कि फैक्टर्स इन्फ्लुएंसिंग डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ प्लांट्स एंड एनिमल्स। तो वो एनवायरमेंटल फैक्टर्स भी हो सकते हैं, कौन कौन से हो सकते हैं, एनवायरमेंटल फैक्टर्स हो सकते हैं, बायोलॉजिकल फैक्टर्स हो सकते हैं, एंड वी कैन लुक टू दी फैक्टर्स ऑल्सो which are affecting these distribution or variations in the distributions of the plants and animals, okay। तो variations in the distribution of the plants and animals, तो वो भी हमें देखना है। next topic is about biomes, okay। ये बायोम्स के बारे में बोथ टेरेस्ट्रियल बायोम्स एंड एक्वेटिक बायोम्स जो होते हैं एंड मेराइन बायोम्स आल्सो यू आर एक्सपेक्टेड टू स्टडी। एक्वेटिक के अंदर में दोनों आपको देखने हैं, फ्रेश वाटर बायोम्स एंड मेरा सॉल्ट वाटर बायोम्स या मेराइन बायोम्स जो होते हैं वो आपको दोनों देखने हैं, ओके। अब उसके बाद यहाँ पे बायोज्योग्राफी के अंदर में प्रॉब्लम्स आ जाती हैं। प्रॉब्लम्स मतलब इशू एरियाज आ जाते हैं। इशू एरियाज क्या क्या है? डिफॉरेस्टेशन, about the deforestation, okay। So that could be the applied that could be the applied part of biogeography, deforestation, problems of deforestation, okay, problems of deforestation and problems and related to conservation measures. What could be the conservation measures that we can take in order to deal with this menace of deforestation or with the problems of deforestation, okay। Again you will study about social forestry, okay, and you will study about agroforestry, okay। These two topics are the part of your optional syllabus and we study them in your general studies also, okay। We will study about the wildlife, okay, wildlife distribution, or we will study about their conservation, okay, conservation methods। ये सब आप इकोलॉजी एनवायरनमेंट के अंदर में भी पढ़ेंगे। एंड द नेक्स्ट टॉपिक दैट यू आर गोइंग टू स्टडी अबाउट द जीन पूल सेंटर्स, ओके, मेजर जीन पूल सेंटर्स। बायोज्योग्राफी का मैं मींस सिमिलरली यू विल फाइंड दैट ओशनोग्राफी जैसे हमने डिस्कस करा, क्लाइमेटोलॉजी हमने डिस्कस करा, बायोज्योग्राफी का भी एक मेजर पार्ट ऐसा है विच आर द पार्ट ऑफ योर जनरल स्टडी। दिस पॉइंट इज क्लियर? दिस पॉइंट इज क्लियर गाइज? Okay, अब we go to the unit number 5 of your physical geography, unit number 5 of the physical geography, that is a unit 5, and unit 5 of the physical geography that is related to environmental geography, and we will be looking to we look to the syllabus. Then the very first topic that you will study in this is principles of ecology. Principles of ecology, okay, the very first topic. And what are those principles of ecology? Okay, principles of mutual reaction, principles involved in the transfer of energy, principles involved in the productivity, biogeochemical cycles that we are going to study. Some are gaseous cycles, some are sedimentary cycle, okay। So biogeochemical cycles, principles of natural selection, principles of mutation, principles of succession, principles of homeostasis, okay, and principles related to the disruptions of our ecosystem। ये सारा का सारा अगर कोई भी आपको इकोलॉजी एनवायरनमेंट पढ़ा रहा होगा तो वो ये टॉपिक आपको पढ़ाएगा ही पढ़ाएगा, चाहे वो जीएस में पढ़ाए आपको, चाहे वो आपको ऑप्शनल में पढ़ाए, वो ये सारे प्रिंसिपल्स ऑफ इकोलॉजी आपको पढ़ाएगा। अगर वो इफ योर प्रिंसिपल्स ऑफ इकोलॉजी इज इनकम्प्लीट and you have not gone through the principles of ecology in your general studies part, okay, then your component of ecology and environment in your general studies is incomplete because you do not have that fundamental backing, because every subject is based on some principles, and unless until you are aware about those principles, you may find difficulty in understanding the dynamics or the nuances of that subject. Okay, so principles of ecology, that all those principles, okay, चाहे वो succession का principle हो, चाहे principle of energy हो, mutual reaction हो, ecological studies का principle हो, homeostasis का principle, सारे आपको पढ़ने ही होते हैं इसके अंदर में. Okay, second one is human ecological adaptation. Okay, ये थोड़ा सा टॉपिक ऐसा है कि इसका कुछ पार्ट हम जीएस में भी पढ़ते हैं, लेकिन ऑप्शनल के अंदर में थोड़ा सा डिटेल में आता है और थोड़ा सा चैलेंजिंग टॉपिक है, बिकॉज बहुत सारे रिसर्चेस हैं इसके अंदर में, बहुत सारी स्टडीज हैं इसके अंदर में. तो मैं ये नहीं कहूँगा कि दैट यू टेक दिस टॉपिक और यू लीव दिस टॉपिक, बट दिस इज अ टॉपिक विच रिक्वायर्स अ स्पेशलाइज्ड अटेंशन in your optional paper, may not be in your general studies paper, okay, may not be in your general studies paper, but very much specialized attention is required, because last year there was a question related to the human ecological adaptation. Okay, because in the context of a climate change अभी ये topic जो है काफी important होता जा रहा है. cultural adaptation की बात करना, biological adaptations की बात करना, okay, तो वो ये topic काफी important होता जा रहा है. Okay, and then means another topic that you will find, influence of man on ecology, influence of man and ecology, okay, and environment. अब यहां पे हम एक अप्रोच पढ़ते हैं which we call to be as a PPP approach, that is called PPP approach, that is profit, planet and people. प्रॉफिट, प्लैनेट एंड पीपल. प्रॉब्लम यही है सर, मतलब जो असली प्रॉब्लम है वो यही है कि प्रॉफिट भी देखना है, प्लैनेट को भी बचाना है और लोगों के डेवलपमेंट की भी सोचना. ओके, तो इन्फ्लुएंस ऑफ द मैन ऑन इकोलॉजी एंड एनवायरनमेंट के अंदर में, जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल टॉपिक ओवरलैपिंग होंगे. फॉर एग्जांपल वी टॉक इन टर्म्स ऑफ लैंड डिग्रेडेशन, okay, hazards, environmental hazards that we are facing, soil degradation, erosion, okay, and then we are looking to the cases of deforestation, loss of flora and fauna. ये सब factors हैं which you will study in your environment part of your general studies also. ओके, तो ये कुछ टॉपिक हैं आपके जो एनवायरनमेंट का ऑलमोस्ट आप जनरल स्टडीज का पेपर उठाइए, केवल अगर आप उठाएंगे जनरल स्टडीज के कंपोनेंट तो सब आपको पढ़ना है. ओके, नाउ एक टॉपिक और है आपका इकोसिस्टम, अबाउट द इकोसिस्टम. ओके, इकोसिस्टम, देयर मैनेजमेंट ऑफ इकोसिस्टम, management of ecosystem, okay, and about the conservation of ecosystem, conservation of ecosystem. ओके, फिर इसके बाद अगर आप देखोगे तो टॉपिक ओवरलैप करने लगते हैं. इसके बाद अगर आप देखोगे तो फिर अगेन एनवायरमेंटल डिग्रेडेशन. देयर इज नथिंग सेपरेट फॉर दिस पर्टिकुलर टॉपिक, एनवायरमेंटल डिग्रेडेशन. ऑब्वियसली वी हैव ऑलरेडी we may have covered a part of environmental degradation in biogeography also, okay, and environmental degradation, okay, or the management of the environment, conservation of the environment, they are going to be more or less the same concept. Okay, we are going to study them in the context of जो कुछ बायोजियोग्राफी में पढ़ा जाएगा, कुछ हम ओशनोग्राफी के अंदर में भी पढ़ेंगे इसके बारे में, कुछ क्लाइमेटोलॉजी के बारे में भी पढ़ेंगे इसके अंदर में. तो वो मोर और लेस एनवायरमेंटल डिग्रेडेशन, चाहे वो पोल्यूशन का इश्यूज हो, चाहे वो और भी हो, टेम्परेचर से रिलेटेड हो, ओके, चाहे वो सी लेवल चेंजेस को लेके हो, चाहे वो हैजर्ड्स या डिजास्टर्स से रिलेटेड हो, वो सब एनवायरमेंटल डिग्रेडेशन का पार्ट बन जाता है. Okay, and the next topic is environmental policy. policies, environmental policies, environmental policies. Okay, and you need to study about the ideas behind the environmental policy. What are the different paradigms related to the environmental policies? For example, we take the first paradigm as principle of sustainability. We sometimes take a paradigm of polluters pay principle, where the person who is polluting the environment will pay it. Polluters pay principle, precautionary principle, educational principle, participation principle, equity principle, intergenerational equity in terms of, okay, or human right principle. So environmental policies जो हैं वो they are based on a different idea, or they are based on a different paradigm. क्या perspectives हैं उनके, वो सारे आपको देखने होते हैं इसके अंदर में. Okay, and the next topic is related to hazards, environmental hazards. Okay, and what are the remedies associated with them? Remedies. Okay, remedies, environmental hazards and the remedies. And the next topic is education, environmental education. Okay, environmental education, education in the environment or in the context of environment, or educating the environment, and as well as legislation. Okay, तो बच्चों एक सिंपल सी बात यह है, बायोजियोग्राफी and as well as your geography of environment, environmental geography, that is your complete ecology and environment. कुछ एक दो टॉपिक को आप हटा सकते हैं, otherwise unit number 4 and unit number 5 is a topic okay, they are the topic which are totally the part of your ecology and environment, part of your general study. Okay, that is totally means अगर आपने बायोजियोग्राफी और एनवायरमेंटल ज्योग्राफी यहाँ पे पढ़ी है आपने, तो आपको यू नीड नॉट टू रिपीट देम सेपरेटली इन द कॉन्टेक्स्ट ऑफ योर जनरल स्टडीज पेपर. दैट इज डन हियर, एंड approximately people will take around 60 to 70 hours. Any general studies coaching will almost devote around 60 to 70 hours for your ecology and environment component. If not 60, so minimum you will take it to be around 50-55 hours. Minimum, this is the length of the, this is the duration of ecology and environment module. वो मैं उनके ऊपर नहीं जा रहा हूँ, जो बाबा लोग बैठे हुए हैं वो 10 घंटे में भी आपको इकोलॉजी एनवायरनमेंट करा देंगे. ओके, तो मैं उन वाले बाबा वाले प्रिंसिपल पे मैं मूव नहीं करता हूँ, बट मैं जो सिंपल और रैशनल बता रहा हूँ आपको वो यही है कि इतने आवर्स लगेंगे आपके. लेकिन अगर आपने वो चीज़ ज्योग्राफी के अंदर में पढ़ रखी है, देन यू आर नॉट रिक्वायर्ड टू स्टडी देम इन योर जनरल स्टडी. ओके, तो इन ऑल अगर हम देखें तो हाउ मच पार्ट ऑफ योर फिजिकल ज्योग्राफी, कैन यू टेल मी दैट हाउ मच पार्ट ऑफ योर फिजिकल ज्योग्राफी is related to general studies? Can anyone tell me how much part of your physical geography, how much part? Okay, how much part of the physical geography? 50% कौन सा है? Geomorphology. Okay, and approximately 80%, 80-85% climatology. Similarly, 80% oceanography. Okay, and I must say that biogeography and environmental geography, that is approximately 95%. Okay, so if you want to calculate the average, okay, if you want to go by the average, then you will find that more than 75% part, yes, more than 75 to 80% part, 75 to 80% part of your physical geography is a part of your general studies syllabus. Okay, and we take around 150 hours to complete your physical geography section in geography optional. Okay, and same there, we take around 70-75 hours to complete your physical geography section of your general studies syllabus. Okay, so 75 to 80% part of your physical geography is related with your GS. ओके, तो ये इसकी एक रैशनल एनालिसिस है, दिस इज अ रैशनल एनालिसिस, एंड थोड़ा बहुत मैं एक एवरेज की बात कर रहा हूं, तो एवरेज की बात कर रहा हूं कि मेरे हिसाब से 80% है, आप थोड़ा बहुत 5-10% आगे पीछे कर सकते हैं, देयर इज नो प्रॉब्लम विद दैट, बट द ओनली कंक्लूजन इज दैट देयर इज अ गुड कोरिलेशन between your physical geography of optional and the physical geography of your GS. Okay, now look to the references that we are expected to follow. Look to the references for a geomorphology, for a geomorphology. Okay, for a geomorphology section. आपको क्या, मैंने आपको दो बुक बताई थी, पी दयाल, and another book which I recommended you is a Savinder Singh geomorphology, and I also recommend you about the Rupa made simple, Rupa volume 1. Okay, volume 1, this also I recommended you so I recommended you for this geomorphology yesterday. For a climatology, okay, you can go for a physical geography of Savinder Singh, physical geography of Savinder Singh, physical geography by Savinder Singh. Okay, Savinder Singh आप प्रेफर कर सकते हैं, and you can also go for DS Lal, climatology. वो आप कर सकते हैं, and again this Rupa volume 1, Rupa made simple, Rupa volume 1, that is also equally important, volume 1. Okay, now geomorphology, then you have a climatology, and the next topic is oceanography. And for the oceanography, there are two books. One is written by Savinder Singh, oceanography by Savinder Singh. It's a good book, and most of your topic of your syllabus is covered there. And you can also take Sharma Vattal. This is a book which we also study during our preparation time. So this is a good book, Oceanography, Sharma Vattal, and you can also refer Savinder Singh. But you take Savinder Singh and you can take your Sharma Vattal for value addition if you are going for a self study. Okay, और अगर आप कोचिंग ज्वाइन करते हैं, हमारे यहाँ आके क्लासेस करते हैं, तो ऑब्वियसली वी विल गिव यू अ कंप्लीट नोट्स and also the dictations in the class. We will help you to make your notes. So there is no need of going for so many books. Some of the books you are expected to purchase, but not all the books. We will give you the required photostat wherever we feel it is necessary. Okay, and then for biogeography, okay, you can take an idea from Rupa, again volume 1. There is a chapter on soils. Okay, you can start understanding the nature of a soil or about the soils from this Rupa made simple, volume 1. Okay, and then you can come to Savinder Singh book, Savinder Singh. Okay, that is related to biogeography. But this book is not complete one as far as the nature of the question is concerned. You need to update with various websites. Okay, various websites, because this is a dynamic topic. Okay, this is not a very static one, it is a completely dynamic topic. So you need to keep yourself updated for various changes related to the environment, various changes related to this distribution of the flora and fauna, degradation of the environment, so that you need to keep yourself properly updated. And for environmental geography, I must say that just a very few chapters, 2 or 3 chapters that you can refer from Savinder Singh. Only the chapters related to your syllabus, for example, in terms of management of ecosystem. Okay, वो कुछ topic हैं जो fundamental knowledge पे based हैं, so that you can take it from Savinder Singh, environmental geography. environmental geography. And you can also study from the Savinder Singh, you can study about approaches related to management of the environment that you can study. Okay, approaches biogeochemical cycle, biogeochemical cycle that you can study, biogeochemical cycle. And you can also study about the principles of ecology from this book, principles of ecology, various principles of ecology from this book. And rest of the things you can cover up from any book which is very quite popular for the environment part of your general study. So you can refer it. Many books are there. You can do it, and also constant current updates. Constant current update. Okay, वो आपको इस टॉपिक के अंदर में चाहिए. ओके, तो इस टॉपिक के अंदर में आप ये भी कर सकते हैं कि दैट यू कैन गो फॉर एनवायरमेंटल एजुकेशन. दिस टॉपिक ऑल्सो यू कैन कवर फ्रॉम Savinder Singh. Okay, from Savinder Singh, environmental. Okay, and look to the previous year question. Also. Okay, so I like to sum up the today's session. We have completed the physical geography discussion. We have completed the syllabus discussion of the physical geography of the paper 1. And tomorrow I will complete your human and economic geography, both in the context of paper 1 and in the context of a paper 2. So tomorrow we will complete the syllabus discussion, and we will discuss about the human and economic geography, both both for the paper 1 and paper 2. Okay, so in the end, I would like to again help you to design your learning hierarchies. And learning hierarchy or your reading hierarchy, you will start with NCERT, 11th class, 11th physical geography, 11th physical geography. Okay, after going through this 11th physical geography, you refer Rupa Made Simple, volume 1, and then have a look to the previous year question, and then take a proper textbooks, which obviously involves Savinder Singh, or for climatology, Sharma Vattal. Okay, for climatology, and you can take DS Lal. And for the Savinder Singh, you can take geomorphology, biogeography, oceanography, and environmental. These are the 4 important books of Savinder Singh, which is going to be highly relevant for you for your optional paper. So these are the 4 important. So, and then when you are making, when you are reading these textbooks, always keep these previous year questions in your mind. Okay, because your basic concepts will be cleared through this NCERT and Rupa Made Simple. Now, when you are reading the Savinder Singh, okay, and you are making your notes, okay, then in that cases, you should keep yourself always updated, or you should be having a constant feedbacks from the previous year question, in which direction the questions are there. And obviously at some places you are required to Google also. सब कुछ आपको इन किताबों में नहीं मिलेगा. आपको वेबसाइट्स जो होती हैं, कुछ वेबसाइट्स हैं, कुछ इंटरनेशनल ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस की वेबसाइट्स होती हैं, कुछ गवर्नमेंट की वेबसाइट्स होती हैं. You need to keep yourself updated from those websites. Okay, so this is what we are having from the today's lecture. And अगर in case if you have any doubt, you can post your doubt. I am here only. और अगर कोई डाउट नहीं है तो फिर हम tomorrow again we will come for a complete discussion, and we will try to complete the syllabus discussion in tomorrow's 4th lecture. Okay, so tomorrow is going to be our 4th lecture. Today we have done with our 3rd lecture in this orientation classes, and I hope these way I write the topics, and I also explained some of the topics also is quite sufficient enough for you people to just decide about this geography optional and how to prepare for this geography optional. Even if you have taken a decision, then also it will help you that how to prepare for this geography optional. Okay guys, तो कोई डाउट है तो आप पूछिए, मैं यहाँ पे खड़ा हुआ हूँ. इफ यू हैव एनी डाउट देन प्लीज just please let me know, and if it is if everything is okay, then I will end the session. Okay Bhagyashri, thank you. सौरभ, अभिषेक, अभिषेक आज तुम लेट हो गए. ओके अभिषेक, आज तुम लेट हो गए और थोड़ा सा लेट आए हो तुम. एंड प्रिया, चलो ठीक है, प्रिया तिवारी. ओके चलिए फिर एंड करते हैं आज का सेशन हम लोग. और अगर इन केस अगर आपके कोई भी डाउट बचता है तो यू कैन गिव मी, यू कैन सेंड मी अ व्हाट्सएप 8178495393, 8178495393. Okay.